What's up guys, Stuart the MFC here and welcome to round 2 matchup of the TWCC tournament. This matchup is between MH frankmalagakid and USSR Kratos. The rules for round 2 are pretty much the same except the map's chosen in a map pool by the attacker. Second game, the defender chooses the map, and then the result of a tiebreaker. I can't remember what the rule was, but I think it either might be played on a certain map or maybe the attacker chooses again. I'm not sure, I can't remember exactly. But this battle's on the Kawabe River, so let's go and look at the armies here. Let's just put it in slow motion. So, on the left of frankmalagakid, he has a Shogunate Guard Cav with 5 chevrons. He has a Royal Marines with 5 chevrons and 150 range. An Imperial Infantry, a Black Bear Infantry, a Black Bear Infantry that has 9 chevrons and 150 range, a Black Bear Infantry, another Black Bears, a Tosa Rifleman in the trees here, being backed by another Shogunate Guard Cav. He's also got 2 Yariki on the other side of his general, which is a gun general. Kratos over here, he has a White Bear Infantry in the woods here with 2 chevrons. He has a Black Bears. He has a White Bear Infantry with 9 chevrons, 150 range. Another White Bear. Another White Bear with 150 range. A Infanterie de Marine, and of course a Black Bear Infantry as well. On his cav he has 3 Yariki, or 4 Yariki, sorry, and they are all going to the edge of the map for some reason. No idea why. But let's start this up and get into the fight. So you can see frankmalagakid using this Shogunate Guard Cav to get up in the hill, and he's going to move over another Cav as well and a Royal Marines up here just to get the high ground. And of course I may have missed it, but Kratos has a Armstrong gun with 5 chevrons. So Kratos is going to reinforce his on this hill with an Infanterie de Marine and a Black Bears, as well as one of his cav, which I think is going to be moving over soon enough. And pretty much this is where the cav engagement happens. Frank's going to move this Yariki up and try and capture this farmhouse. Dismount them first, of course. You can see those cannons are hitting into the Black Bear Infantry, and they should now soon enough fire onto this Yariki here. So you can see Kratos has moved 2 Yariki over here, and not really very good positioning with his Infanterie de Marine yet, but soon enough an engagement will happen here if we speed it up a little bit. We just need to wait for the cannons. There we go. The cannons now shooting into the Yariki, but didn't get any kills, and Frank will be able to get on their horses. The first shots go off by the Royal Marines straight into this Black Bear Infantry, and that's when Kratos charged his Yariki up the hill. But they're going to be met by this 1-5 chevroned Shogunate Guard Cav, and the Infantry de Marine is in there as well. The Yariki from Frank coming in to reinforce, but Kratos' general and another Yariki are going to come into this site as well. You can see there Frank's moving his other Shogunate Guard Cav on this to this left flank. This Shogunate Guard Cav will do really well here. It's already got 51 kills, and the Yariki aren't losing too many, but one is routing now, and this Shogunate Guard Cav is routing as well with 35 men. And here comes another charge by the Yariki of Kratos.
Your men are routing, sir.
So you can see that Shogunate Guard Cav are routing now, but this general is shooting into the back, and I think they end up doing more damage to their own units than Frank's, because now this Yariki's routing. Now that Yariki's routing and they're being shot in the back by this general, these guys are going to rout as well, through the casualties and morale effect of the bodyguards' revolvers. So a situation that Kratos was in a very good position here, but Frank actually becoming the victor in this battle over here, and he still has a pretty high numbered Shogunate Guard Cav here still. It's down to about 30 men, half strength. The infantry fight on the left has started, and clicking attack orders, you can see there, by Frank has brought this unit way into range on a pretty flat terrain. So again, this game's shown that, in my opinion anyway, that clicking attack orders are pointless. Yes, there are advantages to them, but when it's basically just like this, you don't really need to click in attack orders. The Yariki of Kratos came back from the fight, and all infantry on this side of the battlefield for Kratos is now routing. Frank still has his Royal Marines. They've down to half strength. Nothing's really happened on the right flank here. He manages to get first shots off onto this White Bear infantry with 9 chevrons.
Your general is under attack.
But now attack orders again, moving this unit way closer than needs to be. It's not too bad here though, which is a good thing. And this unit is just getting chopped up by the line of Frank. And that's pretty much game over for Kratos on match 1. He doesn't have enough troops left to deal with Frank's. If I was Frank, I would have actually moved this Tosa rifleman forward just to get shots. Well, the distraction is over here. Why not just kill a few over here? So let's go and look at the results screen as Frank takes match 1. So here is game 2 of the matchup between frankmalagakid and Kratos. This map's been played on the Crossroads map now. I think this one was picked by Kratos, and in fact, Now we've seen that Kratos didn't really do that well in the first match. He didn't win. It wasn't really a close victory, in my opinion. His cannons didn't really get that many kills, so that was a waste of money. And the line of Frank Malaga was pretty much the same, but they did get first shots off, and because they wiped out the cav of Kratos, that was easy win for Frank. But let's see the armies now, and what has changed. On the right flank, Frank has a Shogunate Guard cav, a Shogunate Guard cav with 5 chevrons, a White Bear infantry with 9 chevrons, 150 range. He also has 2 Yariki this time, so more cav for Frank. He's also brought a Black Tortoise force, a Black Tortoise force, another Black Tortoise, and a United States Marines. On the left here he has an Imperial infantry with 150 range and a carbine cav. So Frank bringing a lot more cav and a weaker line. Well, 3 weak line units with 3 very good line units. So let's have a look at Kratos, what he has changed. You see there, he's obviously brought another cannon. He has White Bears, a Black Tortoise, a Black Bears, an Azure Dragon Force, a United States Marines with 5 chevrons, a White Bear infantry with 9 chevrons, 150 range, a White Bear, a Black Tortoise, and a White Bear. His cav, he has 1 Yariki, 3 Yariki. So Frank does have the cav advantage, but Kratos has the line advantage because he has, well, first of all, he has more line than Frank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 line against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 against 9, but Frank does have 3 150 range units. But on a kind of hilly map like this, this would be the perfect position for 150 range units right here, where this Black Tortoise force is, because they can see right along this ridge. And unfortunately, you can see here 150 range United States Marines cannot see anything until range means nothing. These guys will probably still win in a fight, but Kratos can afford to lose a few units to take this out. You see there Kratos shooting his cannons at the general of Frank. Now people might think this is a dodgy move, a bit of a cheap tactic, but in my opinion, any unit within the range of the cannon, or within your range, is a viable target. So sorry about that, I had to sneeze. So Kratos is well within his rights to shoot this general, and I don't hold it against him for doing that at all. Sorry about that, guys, so I had a sneezing fit there. So yeah, Kratos is well within his rights to shoot this general, and I don't hold it against him. And it's actually a very, very good move, because if the morale of his line units weren't bad enough with all these Black Tortoise force, without the general, that is just going to be a very, very, very bad idea. Or Kratos' men are going to have a very bad time of it. So still not getting a lot of kills with the cannons, but taking this general out will help. So nothing really happens for the first little bit of this battle, so let's just speed it up and have a look at the general and see if he gets taken out. So, well that horse just got a chunk at its face and it didn't die. Will this be it? Nope. General's still not dead. But it can't. Frank been not been very well with the micro, and that's it. The general is dead. Now, don't know about you, but I don't see that as being alive. So Frank not doing good at all with moving his general out of harm's way. I would have moved my general into these trees, just because it's more cover and it won't really do much damage. Now, this is a very good position for this Imperial infantry right here, because it can see any troops that come up over this ridge. But Frank has decided to move forward, and that is a very, very bad move, because as much as this was a good position, it would have had to bring these units into range so that these guys could get first shots off, but moving them forward will just make it even worse. So the carbine cav over on this side getting shots off at the White Bear infantry and running away before they get their chance to shoot, and it's pretty much a standoff right here still, until you can see Frank moving his Imperial infantry way down into this ditch, and you can see here they don't see anything at all. So not really using the 150 range unit to the best of its abilities, simply because this is probably about, I don't know, 75 range. The general of Kratos shooting at the gate Yariki using the 150 range very, very well. And now I think Frank moves this unit forward a little bit more. I think he moves it forward so that it doesn't get shot by the cannon. You can see the cannon actually nearly hitting Kratos' men. But look, only at this side get shots off, whereas this whole line, or almost this whole line, get shots off. And there's the downhill cavalry charge coming in straight into this Imperial infantry, and that will rout and break. He does have this carbine cav here to reinforce and help just get kills off, but you can see very, very quickly that unit lost 100 men simply because of the range. And Frank being a little late with the charge in with his Yariki, he does manage to kill a couple of the general, but overall he's just lost one cav and an Imperial infantry for absolutely nothing, really. He also loses his carbine cav, so not really any losses for Kratos here, except maybe this one unit of cav, so that's a very, very good trade-off right there. This United States Marines does get first shots off onto a Black Tortoise force, but you can see the cannon now thumping into the flanks of it, and it's only this side that's shooting, and they are now being shot in the flank by these two White Bear infantry. So already in the space of about 2 minutes, Frank has lost a Black Tortoise force, a United States Marines and an Imperial infantry, plus quite a lot of cav and his general. So Frank's pretty much going to get surrounded now. There's not much you can do. Kratos has way too many troops. He decides to move forward, clicking attack orders, and you can see here the hate I have for attack orders. This unit is now within range, and they are still moving forward even though they have shots onto this unit of United States Marines. So Frank has decided all out cav rush, charging his best, or one of his best cav into a United States Marines, which will do pretty well in a melee, and these White Bear infantry will do pretty well as well. Plus this reinforcing line of Kratos is getting shots in now. These two lines over here are going to be hitting these guys in the back, and that is pretty much game over for Frank. So let's speed this up. Game 2 goes to Kratos. He's seen Frank made some mistakes over here with his Imperial infantry, and because of that he didn't move his United States Marines back like he should have, so those guys got hammered from 3 sides. So let's go and have a look at the results screen. So welcome to game 3 of the matchup between Kratos and frankmalagakid. This one is playing on the rice fields. I think that's it. I think the tiebreaker, if it goes to 3 games, is I think it's always played on the rice fields or something like that. So it's a pretty flat map. There's not really any trees for ambushes, so you probably cav is a good idea on this map. The manoeuvrability of them will help very well, seeing as it's such a large wide open area. So let's put it in slow motion and look at the armies here. Frank has brought a Yariki and a Shogunate Guard cav, so not a lot of cav from Frank Malaga. Just checking to see if there is any more. He has brought a Armstrong gun here with 2 chevrons. He's brought an Imperial infantry, a Black Bear infantry with 150 range. He's brought another Black Bears with no upgrades, Imperial infantry no upgrades, White Bears no upgrades, and another White Bears no upgrades. And he has this Black Bear infantry in the trees with 9 chevrons. So, oh, and he's also got a Royal Marines. So from both sides so far, there have been 350 range units. Let's have a look at Kratos' army and see what he's brought. He has brought 1 Shogunate Guard cav, a Yariki, 2 Yariki, and another Yariki, and I'm pretty sure he's got a 3rd Yariki in here. So a lot of cav from Kratos. I'm liking that. A Black Tortoise force, a White Bear infantry, 150 range, Royal Marines 150 range, Azure Dragon force, a White Bears with 150 range, and a Black Tortoise White Bears with 150 range. So actually it looks like Kratos has brought 450 range units here with a few non-veteran Black Tortoise force, Azure Dragon force backing them up. So I'm actually really liking Kratos' army. First game of this matchup that he hasn't brought cannons, so let's see how things work out for him. This is a decider. Whoever wins this gets put through to the next round, and the loser unfortunately needs to leave us and leave the tournament. So Kratos moving forward with the 150 range White Bears, and will they get shots off? I do not know, but it doesn't look like it. Cannons, I think they're shooting at the Royal Marines, but they've actually killed pretty much the same on this Azure Dragon force.
Sir, your general is under attack.
That Imperial Infantry just get absolutely wrecked by that first volley, but now this Imperial Infantry did get shots off and actually caused more damage. These units are pretty much the same, but the Black Tortoise Force have moved up to soak up the shots of the 150 range unit now, but now this White Bear Infantry is shooting as well. So lots of smoke going off on the right side, not that much going on the left side. Kratos is moving this 150 range White Bear Infantry up, and this Royal Marines of Kratos turns around to shoot at it, and Kratos just moves up his Royal Marines to help shoot as well. What happened here? I think a cav charge. I missed a cav charge maybe. So I may have missed a cav charge there, but
Your men are routing, sir.
Kratos countercharged with one of his Yariki, allowing his lines to just shoot into them with a big melee blob. He has plenty of cav, so he shouldn't mind losing. Sorry about that. He shouldn't mind losing this one unit of Yariki. So Frank has pretty much had to pull back on the right side here. This 150 range unit is down to 36 men, and the forces on Frank's left flank are actually dwindling against the superior firepower of Kratos. Left side is now pretty much a stalemate. I don't know, I think, yep, this unit has been shot. It's lost 20 men, but it looks like Kratos is doing very well to fold the flank up of Frank, and that Imperial Infantry is now routed. The Black Bear Infantry with 150 range is now routed, and this Royal Marines is now getting hammered as well. Moving this White Bear forward, not really that good idea. These guys are now routing, or yep, they're shattered. This one unit has moved forward to shoot into the Black Tortoise Force, which isn't a bad idea, but I would pretty much want to save this unit for maybe this White Bear Infantry, because now that all the shots of this unit have been fired off onto this Black Tortoise Force, and quite frankly not getting a lot of kills because they always aim for the sides, Kratos is free to move up and now try and take shots, but Frank sees that and he does very well to pull that unit back. Frank using his cannon to weaken up these more valuable units, but he doesn't have a lot of troops left now. I even think his general has routed from the field. Moving these guys forward, and they are routing before they even get shots off, and I think they're just charging now. Cav charged by a weakened Yariki into this Black Bears, and that is pretty much it on the left flank. Pretty much the game, to be honest, and that is the end of the battle. So let's have a look at the results screen and see the Butcher's Bill for Game 3. So that's it for this matchup. Kratos comes away with the victory, 2-1, and he proceeds to the next round of the tournament. Unfortunately, frankmalagakid has to leave us in the tournament, and commiserations to him. He played a very good game. It was quite close, but Kratos got the better of him in the end. So I hope you liked this matchup, guys. It's my first commentary in a while, so I hope it wasn't too lacking of entertainment for you guys. And I will see you in the next matchup that I record. See you later.